Today I'll be changing out filters 1, 2, and 3 in my reverse osmosis water system. It's the ROES-50 from APEC. So let me show you Papa's approach to this project. So first things first, gonna want to shut off the water that's feeding that unit. I've already done that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the little cutoff switch that I put in that feeds the refrigerator upstairs and downstairs. Turn off the water at the tank. Show you that there, it's up on top. Then I can pull that unit out, start to work on that. In the meantime, going to relieve some pressure from the system. Just turn that faucet on for a few minutes, let that run. Take the unit out. I like to put it on a cookie sheet. As you're unscrewing, definitely going to have some water pouring out of there. You don't want it to be all over the floor, especially a wood floor like we have here. So as you can see, very full of water. So I'm going to set that aside. That cookie sheet is just to catch some overflow. You could put a towel down, but there is quite a bit of water that may spill out. So I always like to have it on a cookie sheet. Remove the filter. Throw it in the sink or to the side. Let it drip dry for a little while before you throw it in the garbage, so you don't have a soaking wet filter in the trash. Pour out the remaining water that's left in the filter housing. Unscrew the other one. I've already cracked them open. It takes a little bit of force to take the tool to remove them. So instead of you watching me struggle do that, I did it ahead of time so you don't make fun of me. Take that other filter out. You'll notice it's a little different from the other two. That's important to make sure you put back the correct filter in the correct spot, because they are a little different. That's why you'll notice I have the stickers on the side there, just to remind me which one goes where. The housings themselves are all the same, except where they're placed is specific. Taking off that middle one. As you'll see, I left that to kind of balance it. Seat it right on the other two. Almost as if I've done this before. I've replaced the filters about every year or so. I have well water, so the suggestion from the company is about every 12 months, depending on how hard your water is. You'll notice the filter has a little bit of sediment at the bottom. That's just the carbon deposits from the filter. Take a paper towel, a little bit of soap if you want, rinse that out, dry it off. You can see a little bit of water in the pan there, that's why I have it. Here's the O-rings that are going to go in there. They come in a 3-pack, which is nice for stage 1, 2, and 3. Just set it down in there. I wish it fit a little bit nicer. As you kind of stick it down on one end, the other end pops up a little bit. But you do finally find a nice groove to set it in. That piece is vital, or else you won't get a good seal and water will be pouring out under your sink, into your basement, or wherever that unit is. So we're going to take the filter for the proper stage, match up the stickers. That's why I put it there. Crack it open. Remove the plastic. Do not forget to do that. Top and bottom doesn't matter in this situation. Filter goes right onto that little nipple at the bottom. You can feel it's a little wet under there. Just take a little paper towel, wipe it down, clean it off. That's actually clean. This part's always fun, screwing them back on all while trying to hold it up. The unit itself can get a little heavy. Might be hard to hold up with one hand as you're screwing it in with the other. Here I am just sopping up that water there. Just don't want to put it back under the sink all wet. So I want to make sure everything's dry. It's also important to dry it off completely so you can see when you turn it back on if there are any leaks. You don't want to leave drops on there and then you think it's leaking, but it's just the drops that you didn't wipe off. So give it a good clean, wipe it down, dry it off, screw it back in. Just hand tight for now. There is a tool, like I said, that you can use to tighten and loosen. Here's the balancing act again. So same thing, take out the old O-ring. I just use a little drywall screw that I have under the sink. Just kind of poke it and pry it up. Comes right out. It's not glued in or anything. Put that aside, make sure you don't put the old one back in. Clean it out. Dry it off. If your hand is skinny enough, get it down there. If you need a little brush, some sort of scrubber that you may use for your water bottles in the sink, grab that to get down at the bottom. Luckily, my hand just fits in there. If you have kids, you can shove their little hands in there. Just be careful, make sure they come out. Drying up the spot there. Pop the new O-ring in. Pop the filter in. Just make sure that O-ring is in properly. You don't want it to be leaning to one side or another. It's got to make a nice tight seal so you don't get any leaks. You'll pretty much know right away when you turn the water on. As the filter housings fill up with water, it'll start dripping out. It's done that to me before. And then you can just take it out and fix the O-ring. So hand tighten. Get ready for that last one. Again, same process. Dry it off. Clean it up. Any sediment in there. Anything in the housing as well. I've had this unit for about 4 or 5 years. Probably about 5 years. I've changed the tank. I think it might be time to change all the housings as well. I'm going to look into that this particular company, APEC, has they always have some sort of sales going on. Customer service is great. Dealt with them a few times. Just trying to figure out which was the right size for my family to use. They've been nothing but helpful in the past. So I will check for some sales to maybe just get a whole new setup. Can't hurt. So we're putting that last filter in. Different from the others. Made sure it matched up. Very simple process. Takes a few minutes, but you want to make sure everything's in the right order. It doesn't matter which order you do the filters. I like to leave that middle one in just so it balances. As I'm working on it. Tighten it up by hand. Get that tool I was talking about. Don't mind my foot in the shot there. Doesn't smell, no matter how close you put your face to the phone or the computer. So the tool grabs onto those little threads on the outside. Obviously righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I put the stickers facing out so I know that it's nice and tight. You can make a mark on the top and on the bottom if you want. Whatever helps you get that good seal. Don't want it to be leaking. There's the tool. It's like a little Maui hook from Moana. Hooks right on there. Now you're ready to turn the water back on. Leave it on the cookie sheet just in case there's any leaks. Check it with your eyes. Listen with your ears. Just check in those connecting points for any water droplets. You don't want anything dripping. This here is a piece of paper I used to put the stickers for the filters, the O-rings, whatever else I may need for the unit. Just as a reminder what to reorder. I also have a piece of paper in there with the dates and the things that I've changed. And I actually leave a note for my future self to buy whatever I need for that next year. So I changed filters 1, 2, and 3 with the O-rings this year. Next year I'll do the same, 1, 2, and 3 plus the O-rings. And then I'll also need to buy filters 4 and 5 for that next changeover. So just a few little tips and tricks. Again, it's Papa's approach to the project. Hope you feel comfortable tackling this on your own. It's not that difficult. Sometimes you just need to know what to do and watch a little step-by-step video. So I hope it helps. Good luck. If you're ever in any doubt, contact a professional to help you with the project.